Hey, what's up? It's Ben from Yesamatai here, just in my grandfather's village, close to Apia in Samoa. Just arrived at a resort that we're staying at for a couple of days with the family. Really beautiful spot on the water. And the resort's almost completely empty because it's off season, so we've just got the place to ourselves. I've just come from a place called Lafanga, a village on the other side of Samoa, where we stayed with my great uncle, my father's uncle. And the village is quite a low-income place. Their main industries are agriculture and fishing, like much of the rest of Samoa. And this place was hit particularly bad a few years ago by the typhoons, and so they're still recovering from that, despite it being quite a bit of time. They found it difficult to pull through. But something that really impressed me about that place was the immense joy that you could feel just walking through the village and meeting people and seeing the smiles on their faces, particularly my uncle's family, just such a happy group of people. And they have, relatively speaking, so little. They've just got the bare essentials of life, and they didn't have an oven or a refrigerator or TV, any of the normal things that we take for granted in the West. But there was just such a close family bond, and you feel it in the community as well. The community is just so closely knit. They just seem to have everything they could possibly want there. My uncle's even saying that it's not uncommon for people to invite strangers into their homes and just sit them down, give them a cup of tea and just talk to you and start feeding you and keep feeding you until you ask them to stop feeding you, that kind of thing. But it just really impressed me. There was, the second morning we were there was an instance where we just come back from a swim, and my cousin pulled in with his really run-down old car and pops the boot open. He pulls this pig out. This thing's tied at the legs with just bits of wire. And what's all this about? And he said, we want to prepare this pig for you. You're the guests of honour, so we want to prepare this pig for your lunch. And so they did. They went and cooked this thing up on an umu, hot rock oven, and they served it to us, and it was delicious. It was incredible. But the point I'm trying to make is that I really was impressed by the happiness that these people genuinely have, and they've got such a simple life in so many respects. It just took my mind back to home, Australia, and just generally speaking, the West. If you come from this kind of place, even from an underprivileged background, even if you had a rough upbringing and your family's never had much, in so many respects we have so much more. And just the opportunity that we have in Western countries, typically speaking, is far, far beyond what these people have. And so in that sense, if you find yourself in a state of not being happy, if you feel incomplete in your life, then you can't go through your life thinking it's because you lack something. You can't go through life thinking that things are holding you back. That's the kind of mentality that will keep you stuck in that place. Once you've had nothing and you've still been able to find happiness in that place, like these people, in reality they have each other. That's the key thing. They have a strong connection to their community, a strong connection to their family, in that sense of being, in that sense of purpose. That's what I believe brings them their joy. If you are blaming your lack of happiness on the lack of, the right job, or lack of the right environment, or whatever it may be, it's just an excuse. You have the capacity to be happy wherever you are. And the main thing that you can do if you really find yourself in this place of, I just don't seem to find satisfaction, if you're not doing what you love, for example, that's the first thing you can change. Find what it is that makes you happy. Focus your energy on doing what makes you happy. And then, of course, it's just surrounding yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with people who give you a sense of being part of something. People who have, positive intentions towards you and a positive outlook on life. These are the key things that'll bring you that satisfaction that you seek. It's not the things around you. It's not the things you have. But besides all that, at the end of the day, even realizing that you have opportunity far beyond most of the world, You have access to education. You have access to economic opportunities that a lot of these people can only dream of. So if you're not happy, then snap out of it. You have everything at your feet. Just a few words of inspiration, hopefully, from Ben. Peace out.